Welcome back to the Realistic Cattle Ranch Challenge on Sunshine Forest. I'm BP, and it's time to get to work. We are running up to the store, guys. I did some work between episodes here. We are in April still, but I have our grass collected from the mowing and tedding and windrowing last episode on field 1, which was turned into hay. And I have all of the round bales off of field 2 collected and wrapped, which you guys saw in the intro. Since then, I have mowed what is going to be the field 1 extension and have windrowed, tedded, windrowed, and baled that. We have to pick the bales up. But we're running up to the shop because I want a better way to distribute lime. So we're going to go up there and we're going to grab some sort of spreader. We're going to have to spread a lot more lime. I made this new grass field expansion, guys. It is much, much bigger. Thinking about what we talked about last episode with trying to make some money on silage to help us reach our financial goals. I thought, you know, let's make this grass field big, and if we get too much hay, then we can just, you know, have more silage off that field. So that is the plan for today's episode, is to pick up this equipment, get that new field cut in, and make our way into May. So I can say silage spreaders. Lime spreaders. Let's take a look at what we have. There's nothing in the sale. I'm looking at one of these two down here. This one's $12,266 and holds 4,200 liters. I bet there's a cost to get up there. This one's $7,500 and holds 5,000. So oddly, this one does manure. I'm wondering, doesn't have blades in the back for manure. That's interesting. But I think we're going to go with this Lizard RCW5, which is on the Mod Hub. Let's grab some teal paint. Rims, we all know how that's going to end up. We're at $7,700 with the black rims. I think that's the way to go. Holds 5,000 lime. So I think in addition to picking that up, let's jump over to the consumables and let's get some lime. So $4,500. I think, 8 bags. Should we just get it and just have it? There's really no reason not to just have lime on the farm. I'd love to get a stone picker and a lime production going so we could be making our own lime on the farm, but I don't think we have that many stones, and I just don't think it's going to be, at least at this stage, a worthwhile investment for, you know, what we're looking to do to upgrade the farm. I think it's going to be, you know, a stone picker is going to be 80 grand. Production is going to be 50. It's $130,000 just not to have to buy a $450 bag of lime. Seems like we should be buying some lime here before we are buying a lot of lime before we spend, you know, well into the $100,000 range to avoid buying a less than $500 bag. So let's get this topped off so it is ready to go. We will swing this guy around. I like how that tarp looks. Looks good, as a natural crease to it. All right, let's see. And our lime is on. I'm really digging our new, what is it, 6500 series truck with a flatbed. It is going to be, we're going to put a lot of work into this truck. So let's head back to the farm. We'll get the bales picked up. I think there's maybe 20, 22 somewhere in there bales of hay. So we got a lot of good hay off of just the field grass that we cut, which is always an important first step in cutting in a field, is getting that grass mowed. One of the things I've really enjoyed about Sunshine Forest is that there is real grass, not just meadow grass, spread throughout the open areas. So it's not as good as, you know, a grass field that's limed and fertilized and maybe even rolled or mulched or, you know, intentionally put together. But it is way better than some meadow grass on other sort of open maps like this, where you can mow the whole thing and you get, you know, 4 bales off of a huge field, which is, you know, not nothing, but certainly not what we're getting here. So really, really enjoying how this map was put together. And you can see all that dark green grass sticking up amongst the sort of lighter green grass. That's real grass. So really, really cool feature of this map. So we're going to go ahead and get this taken back. We're going to need to spread some lime on our new field when we get in there. So let's make sure we have that good to go. Loving our new bridge and our shortcut coming from the shop. Cuts down on driving. Funny, I got a comment on that today on another video, and I've recorded several videos ahead, so I was excited that someone else saw and thought that we should have a bridge too, because that's what we did. So we're going to put this guy right here. You can see that field is all mowed and baled, and these are all new silage. Well, they're grass bales turning into silage. You can see they're 0% fermented because I just put them in there. I did unwrap all of the other silage bales, the big ones that were in the roll there before, and they are all right here. So we have a whole bunch of silage in the farm as well, or on the farm as well. So let's grab our bale trailer. I really like the patina on this thing. It's a fun old bale trailer. Pull it with our old truck. Nice and easy. So let's go ahead and turn on bale collection. I had it on auto load earlier and it just wasn't working. Oh, got that in the truck. Let's go ahead. Let's just see what we have here. We are on... Where is it? Operating position. Yep, that's what we want. So we're in operating position on the trailer. So we should be able to just drive around and pick up the bales now. I got to tell you guys, on that little time lapse at the beginning where we were putting the round bales into the wrapper, it took me, I think I did that exact field in a time lapse previously. It took me like 12 or 14 minutes to get that field done with just the Massey driving back and forth, picking up bales. I took the trailer out there. I got all the bales on the trailer, and I just worked off the trailer from the edge of the field, and it went so much faster this time. It was so nice having that, you know, not having to drive the Massey back and forth, because it's, you know, it's a great piece of equipment, but it's not a fast piece of equipment, and going back and forth across fields is not the way that we're going to get ahead in life. So let's see. I think that's going to be about it. I don't think we get a fourth row on here. So we are 6 per level, 3 levels, 18 plus 1 on the back. We have 19 bales set here already. So let's go ahead and we got to get the Massey pulled out of the way. You can see I did sell our old Stroutman spreader wagon that we were using for manure and lime. And now we have a manure wagon over here, our Fort, and we just picked up the new lime spreader as well. So we have a couple of implements replacing one smaller implement that did both jobs. And I'm thinking the lime spreader that we just picked up is going to have a much, much better working width. So we go ahead, and if you watch carefully right at the back of the truck, you can see sometimes when we get the trailer lock up, we weren't straight enough. Have to be pretty straight. There we go. That little shift means that trailer lock, the axle lock is on. So now this dolly trailer becomes sort of a straight axle trailer. The front doesn't turn. Nice and easy to get turned over. We will unload those bales there, and I'm not sure if I can go ahead and unlock that dolly axle. I may have to pull this one in forward to get the bale out of the back of the truck. Let's see. Switch it over, take off the straps. Perfect. Let's see, you may have to do a couple of points on the turn here just to get the dolly swung around. All right, we are back in business. So that was 19 bales off that field. And you guys can see I plan on making a pretty significant increase in the size of this field. We are really looking at increasing the amount of grass we're getting. I think maybe I didn't reset the trailer. There we go. So 19, 20, this will be 21. 22, 23, 24 bales without having to do any work. Those are just free bales from getting that field mowed, which is going to be really helpful in keeping our animals fed because we are going through a lot of hay bales. We may be up to 7 to 9 a day, depending on how many animals we have, because we just keep getting more, which is great. It's just proving to be a bit of a challenge to keep up, and we don't want to get behind, because once you get behind on the bales, you end up having to buy them and spend a bunch of money, which we are not looking to do. So that is done. Go ahead and just park this guy right up over here. That's perfect. And we're going to make one more change, assuming we have the money, because we are down to our last few bucks. But I think because of the size of the field extension, we're going to try to put the extension on this plow and see if we can get a couple more meters out of it. But I'm not sure. It might be $5,000. It might be $2,000. If it's 5, it's not happening, guys. We don't have that much money. So let's see. We got the extension we can just slap on here. Go to the 9 meter, it is $2,000, so we are good to go. That's going to be a big, big help. So grab it here, reconnect, lift it up. All right, and we are going to unfold the plow, and we're going to hook this edge. We're going to bring this edge up a little bit. I put a little gravel pad over there for our implements. I'm going to bring that pad around and back down and connect it along the side of the fence there. So I want to leave a little bit of room. So we'll come right through here. Let's go ahead and lower. And as always, let's just hit it with a quick save just in case. Takes just a second. And we are good to go. Back out here, we need to turn on create fields, allow create fields. And actually, before I do this, let's go around and let's paint that dirt skirt all the rest of the way around, so we can know where the edge of the field is. So we're here. We'll go with dirt. Let's get, I think we're actually using mud on the other one, but it'll be fine using dirt here. The mud actually has it compresses when you drive on it, so your wheels fall into it. So it's actually not what I want to be doing on the edge of this field. I want to be using the dirt to do the outline edge of the field. And I did actually hit the edge of our property at a couple spots here. So having this mode and knowing where we're going for creating the field is going to be a nice guide for us in getting everything connected. So there we go. We'll run that right in there. So I'm going to go ahead and get this plowed up. I'll probably throw it on a time lapse for you guys. You're not watching me go back and forth. And I'll check in with you guys at the end. See you in a minute. should be one of, if not our last pass on this field. That went very well. Super happy we got the extension on the plow there, because that was a lot of work. We have, I'm guessing, tripled the size of this field. I actually want to cut this little spot in right here. I forgot. So let's go ahead. Turn create field back on, or allow create field. And right to there. Perfect. Get it pulled up. Turn off, create field. I put this back against the side of the barn here. And it occurred to me while I was doing that we are going to need some soil data. And I'm thinking, let's take a look here. Oh, that's not what we wanted to do. All right, soil data. So let's head in here. Precision farming. Purchase soil information is going to be $6,500. We just don't have that money laying around. So the question is, do we have enough of the cheese? 31,000 at the sell everything. So I think we're going to run up there, sell the cheese, and grab the soil data. We'll just pay for it at this point. Gotta keep the process moving so we can get the lime on the field this episode and keep us on track to be planted. I want to get this field planted so we can have all of our grass growing together. So for right now, we're just going to we're going to dump those there. Get them next to the tractor in case we need to refill later. And I did have some, really exciting news since we've talked about it a lot. I think, guys, we have enough buffalo milk to make our first pallet of Buffalo Mozzarella. I didn't make it without you. I wanted to make sure you guys were here for it. So let's see what we get off of this. Not totally thrilled with how these pallets are loading. May need to redo the auto load section here because we're not getting all the way to the edge. We're only going too high. And I think we had 17,000 liters of cheese. So don't need to sell all of it, but we certainly need to get some of it on here. So let's pull out while the rest of that is preparing to load, and let's unload everything. And that is not unloading well either. Huh. It's like it doesn't know it's there or something. Let's see. Yeah, can't even get the other two on there anymore. That is very interesting. Anything on the help menu? I wonder if maybe are we blocked? Stuff that's on there? Shouldn't be. The unloading area? No? Okay, well, I mean, this should be enough cheese. We only need $6,000. So let's go ahead and we'll just put these back on. Grab the other two. We'll run these up to the shop and get those sold here real quick so we can afford to buy our soil data. So I will check in with you guys when we are back from the shop, having sold all the cheese, so we can pick up that soil data and get the lime spread, which may be one of the last things we do this episode. We'll have to check and see. So I'll check in with you guys in just a minute. We had a successful sale to cheese, made just about $19,000. I went ahead and bought the soil data so it would be done and ready when we get back here, which it is. So let's grab the Fiat and let's get to liming this field. This is going to be quite a bit of work. I don't think this extension may be as big as all the fields we currently have all put together now. So glad we have a larger capacity lime spreader. Hopefully it is wider spreading as well. So let's see. Do we need to unfold it all? Yeah, something opened up. And let's zoom out a little bit and let's start seeing what kind of spread we get. All right, so far nothing seems to be happening. Do we need to detach? Reattach? Well, this is all very interesting. It sounds like it's on. It is not. Definitely not. Do we need to lower it? We do need to lower it. Okay. Was unaware that lime spreaders had to be lowered, but hey, not a problem. We can handle that. Always worth checking all your options. And this is definitely a wider working width than we are used to. So that is nice. We are burning through the lime, guys. I am concerned we might have to go back to the shop and buy more. We bought 8 bags when we bought the lime spreader. I think we have 1 or 2 pallets in the shed as well, so we have some extra. But certainly, I mean, that is 1,000 liters, and we haven't made it once around the outside of the field yet. So this could end up being a very, very time and consumable intensive endeavor here. And quite frankly, we probably should be buying or should be liming the entire field to get the levels back up to where it needs to be. So let me get to work on this. I'm not going to time lapse it. We've done a lot of work on time lapse this episode already. Let me just get this field done. I'll bring you guys back in for the wrap up, and we'll end looking at our Buffalo Mozzarella and seeing if we can finally make our first pallet of Buffalo Mozzarella before we leave April. I'll see you guys soon. All right, guys, we got all the liming done. I actually had plenty of lime. I was surprised that we had so much left over. We got the little grass field up here in front of us done, and as you can see, the entire field expansion and the original grass field all limed. So that new little spreader worked out really, really well. So let's grab the milk, and then we'll be calling it an episode here. Let's see. I want to make sure we have enough to have a Buffalo Mozzarella pallet. Let me get a better camera angle here. Let's get squared up a little bit. I think we're going to need a new shed here pretty soon. We have so much equipment in the yard now and around the areas because we are just out of space everywhere else. So buffalo milk 157, cow milk 5,800, guys. That might be the most we've ever gotten in a month. So that is good and exciting news. Help us make some of that cheese back that we sold to be able to get the soil sample data for precision farming for that field expansion. So here we are. Let's get that done. We'll go back and pick up our 157 liters of buffalo milk, bring it over, check in on the buffalo milk capacity, and flip on the mozzarella and see if we can get a pallet, if we have enough to get it done. So a very exciting episode for the ranch as far as expansion goes. That big grass field is going to make a huge difference. I will get it planted between episodes, so you'll come back and it will be all planted with grass and growing. We do, remember, have solid fertilizer in our little seeders. They are case seeders, so that'll take care of any fertilization. And then we might even start next episode with our new manure spreader, spreading some of our manure onto our 2 grass fields to keep the nitrogen levels up. So very busy day on the farm. Haven't had an episode that took 2 months, or a month that, sorry, it took 2 episodes. I don't know if we've ever had that. This was just a lot of work, lots of new equipment, lots of running around. But like I've said, I think we're really pushing into the next stage of the ranch, and we want to make sure that we have all the equipment and we're all set up to do it. So the dairy production, let's take a quick look. We have 1,667 liters of mozzarella. Let's go ahead and turn, I'm sorry, I keep saying mozzarella, of buffalo milk. Let's go ahead and turn that on. And I think what we'll do here, guys, is we will do a quick speed up of time and see if we can't watch our first pallet of buffalo mozzarella get made. So we are down here, buffalo mozzarella 1,164. We have produced it. Let's see if we can get eyes on it. Let's see if we just slide these cheese pallets to the side if we get a pallet of buffalo mozzarella. I just want to see it. It's been so long coming. We've been working at it. I don't know how many pallets of cheese we're going to get, guys. It could be quite a few before we see the mozzarella. There it is, guys. Our first pallet of buffalo mozzarella. Let's check the time-saving stock check. It is currently worth $3,523, peaking at $38. So that is going to be a good money maker for us. So we're going to call it there, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode. It was a lot of fun with the new equipment. I'm excited for where we're headed with the ranch. Don't forget to drop a like, turn on notifications for more videos, and we'll see you in the next one.